The United Kingdom left the European Union on January 1st, 2020. After the divorce agreement, it is now officially a non-EU country and therefore no longer takes part in EU decisions. However, the EU and the UK have jointly agreed on a transition period until December 31st, 2020. During the transition period, for citizens, consumers, businesses, investors, students and researchers, nothing has changed in the EU or the UK, and EU law continues to apply in the UK. The difference between the UK and the EU will have no impact on customs and tax issues during the transition period. Even if the EU and the UK agree on an ambitious partnership by the end of 2020, which is more and more unlikely, that covers all areas agreed in the political declaration, the UK divide will have serious consequences for public administration, businesses and citizens from January 1st, 2021. These changes are inevitable and need to be prepared by various stakeholders. The Commission will assist the preparations by reviewing and updating the more than 100 sectoral preparations for resignation that is adopted during the resignation negotiations with the UK. The updated notices regarding preparations for Brexit in customs and tax matters are as follows. Excise duties, value-added tax, the VAT goods, VAT services, customs matters, including rules of preferred origin, transit scenarios and export scenarios. Brexit influences all companies if it sells goods or services to the UK, or buys goods or services in the UK, or transports goods through the UK, or uses British materials and goods in preferential trade with EU partner countries. This means, for example, if they are importing goods from the UK, exporting goods to the UK, or transporting goods through the UK, they will need to provide a customs declaration. In addition to the customs declaration, they may need to provide security information. They must have a special permit to import or export certain goods, for example, waste, certain dangerous chemicals and GMOs. They will need to complete certain additional formalities when importing or exporting excise goods like alcohol, tobacco or fuel from the UK. Typically, they will need to take into account VAT in the EU country where the goods are being imported from the UK. They do not have to pay VAT in the EU on goods you export to the UK, but then they must comply with all VAT rules for goods imported into the UK. Doing business with the UK is subject to different VAT rules and procedures than doing business within the EU. The changes could be even more significant if an EU-UK agreement is not reached by the end of the transition period, and that now looks more and more likely. In this case, in addition to the formalities mentioned before, the following applies. They will have to pay customs duties on goods that they import into the EU from the UK. And quotas may apply to certain goods imported into the EU from the UK. In addition, they should note that UK materials or processes are no longer considered originating materials and processes under current EU preferential regimes. The sooner they prepare for these changes, the lower the risk that the businesses will be significantly disrupted after the transition period. And so the EU, or more specific the EU Commission, handed out a following checklist with some practical steps all these companies can take. And it says, discuss with your business partners. The end of the transition period can also affect your supply chain. So you need to know what this means for your suppliers, brokers and drivers. Contact your local authorities and counseling centers for details and how to prepare for the end of the transition period. The contact details for each member state are on the EU websites. On the websites of the European Commission, you'll find a readiness report from different disciplines to prepare all Brexitin effects. And they say, work now. Don't wait until the transition period ends to think about how to adapt. Some of the processes and procedures you will follow take time. Therefore, you should start the preparations as soon as possible to avoid unnecessary problems for your company. And yes, they are so right about that. And if you now want to know more about European politics, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel, which I hope you already did. And maybe you also consider to support me on Patreon. The link is in the description. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!